dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew? Back on the channel, more Patrick CC. This time, man, we got Lil Mabu. Is a fake gangster, but nobody cares. The first sentence, I think, was all we all knew that. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Honestly, when we first came across them, I didn't even look at him as a gangster. I just looked at him as somebody who's trying to rap. I didn't even look at you know what I'm saying? Like nowadays, to be real, I don't even look at the subject matter of people's raps because most people don't live the raps they talk about.
Yeah, true.
You might come across one person in every 5 years that actually make it and have some kind of notoriety that actually living what they're talking about.
Like everything.
But for the majority, a lot of people are wannabes, or if they are doing what they rap about, they ass gonna be locked up. But I'm talking about people will start getting successful, and I ain't talking about the YouTube buzz, because YouTube buzz is different from real radio play and real club play.
Yeah.
Just because people live in this fantasy world of my music is good because I'm getting views on YouTube and I got streaming my music.
Yeah.
That's also fake numbers, because if you go out amongst a crowd of people, are these people gonna be getting played? 9 times out of 10 they're not. You know what I'm saying? It's a difference. You know what I'm saying? And because I've seen people where, even from just my background, they might be popping in that city, but when you really want to play them in a party or something, ain't nobody gonna vibe with it.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. But we gonna see what Patrick got to speak on when it comes down to Lil Mabu. But make sure y'all check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you gotta do it. Check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
like it with a thumbs up.
As always, man, don't forget to do that. But let's check it out. Let's see what it's about. Let's see what he's talking about, man. Let's go.
Lil Mabu is an 18-year-old drill rapper who is still in high school while being one of the most talked about upcoming artists today. He is being praised for his genius marketing strategy on TikTok, which has led to him generating millions of streams across all major platforms. Now, drill rap is known to discuss and potentially glamorize the violent nature of growing up in the streets. These artists often rap about their experiences surrounding poverty, drugs, violence, gangs, killings, and worse. Mabu covers these exact themes in his music, only he has never experienced any of that. Mabu is the son of multi-millionaires, attends a very expensive private school, and has never experienced hardship like his drill rap counterparts. However, what makes Mabu so beloved is that he's embracing his privilege and leaning into it for jokes. 50% of the people think it's funny that he pretends to be a gangster, the other 50% think it's corny, but they both stream.
Well, so hearing that, some of that information, let me ask you this, and let me ask y'all this as well. Will we start seeing more of this with the internet age? Because so many people are let me say that I'm just trying to figure out the right way to say it for everyone, because not everyone who comes across this video is not gonna have the intellectual capacity to really.
But let me just ask you a question. Yes.
Hold on. Because I'm asking you and them.
Okay, go ahead.
Are we gonna start seeing more people act as the internet continues to grow? Because people are studying the gang culture and the street culture from online, and they actually don't have to go to these neighborhoods. So it's gonna be a lot of more suburban or kids that come from a good home, a good background, who's gonna start trying to act like this street and try to put out this street persona, but don't have any knowledge or background of the street. You get what I mean? Which it's already been happening, but I'm saying do we think it's gonna happen even more?
I do. I do.
Music regardless. Although Mabu is being considered a marketing genius for these efforts, nothing he is doing here is new. However, his controversial rise does expose the music industry for what it truly is, and some people are not willing to accept it. Typically, when a white rapper gets any type of attention on the internet,
and that's another thing. I'm sorry, I'm pausing already a lot. I'm gonna let it rock after this. But when I do think of him, I do think of Tekashi 6ix9ine, and I also think of the CJ the Whoop thing. I just don't think I don't think CJ was able to capitalize on it as Mabu and Tekashi was able to. I think Tekashi did it good because he knew how to market the gang culture, and the SoundCloud culture was popping then.
Yeah.
But as people got older, they started, maturing more. And people kind of got, also when stuff came out. Also with CJ, I think because of what just had happened with Tekashi, people really want rocking with the fakeness.
Yeah.
But I feel like with him, it's because he is a white boy. He does have the money to be able to like look the part if he needed to, and I just feel like he really studied out what the hip hop lane he's in, and so he know how to make his sound like what people really want to hear. And so sometimes people can be so, I like the music, so I'm gonna look past everything else. So
people are not willing to accept it. Typically, when a white rapper gets any type of attention on the internet, they're rejected, labeled corny, or a culture vulture. Mac Miller got this treatment. So did Post Malone. And that's because this stems from a long history of white artists stealing from black artists. Now combine that with a white rapper who is also making music that is inherently violent, adjacent to street life and gang life. One in the head in case my ops dissin'. I got goons by my side. Cock one, make the block run. Ops duck. People immediately question the validity of Mabu's claims based on his appearance. We saw the same reaction with drill rapper Max the Demon. Turns out he was actually as real as it gets when it comes to the stuff he raps about. The difference between Max and Mabu is, well, Mabu is kind of exactly who you think he is. Stay hydrated. Now there are some rumors circulating that Lil Mabu is the son of a record label executive named Jeffrey Vaughn, which is false. Mabu was labeled an industry plant as soon as he blew up, which is pretty common for most artists that seemingly pop up out of nowhere. However, Mabu's real name is Matthew DeLuca, which can be confirmed with this video that leaked of him promoting a non-profit organization in his community.
My name is Matthew DeLuca. I go to the collegiate school. I'm in 9th grade, and my favorite thing about Kids Walk for MSK Kids is getting together with friends and family to support such a wonderful cause.
It didn't take long
I ain't gonna hold you. It'd be so funny when like Patrick and other people find these videos of these people when they're really in their environment and they're not like in this internet environment. And they're not putting on a persona. Even like the white boy Speed. Like when you start seeing the videos of how he really is outside of the internet persona and him actually being on around his environment, you be like, but what Patrick did say is kind of what people get offended by, is because it has happened from generation to generation to generation to generation.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna hold you. I used to rock with Mac Miller back when him, he was rocking with Wiz real heavy.
Yeah.
But we done seen it so many years. Post Malone, more of a rock star now, but he came in the industry as a rapper.
That'd be my only issue, but that's another story.
And then you got only like MGK. He came in as a rapper.
And then...
And I used to rock with MGK back when he was Different Gang. You know what I'm saying? If you know about Different Gang, him doing mixtapes with Travis Porter, you know what I'm saying? At the Basement, I was rocking with, and then you see him switch up. And then people be in the comments be like, ain't nothing wrong with switching up. Yeah, it's true. Ain't nothing wrong with switching up, but when our black rappers do it, everybody have a problem with it, but it's okay when, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's
that same grace to...
And for generations, people have came into each genre, stole from us, took the genre from us, and told us we can't have our genre back. From rock and roll, from country music, from bluegrass, like all that stuff steals back from black culture. Yeah. And it's been taken and changed into what the form is, the modern form, but you got to look at it as the history of it, and you'll see that it was stolen.
Internet to discover Matthew's father's name, Peter DeLuca, who is a funeral director and not a music executive. Peter is based out of Greenwich Village in Manhattan. Mabu has filmed multiple TikToks of his father reacting to his music, which is clearly not Jeffrey and definitely Peter. Now, funeral directors do make a decent amount of money, but nothing that would make them seem filthy rich. However, we did learn that Mabu's father secured a $10 million real estate portfolio after a divorce settlement that occurred in 1998. The New York Post reported that Mabu Mabu lives at his parents' 5-bed, 5-bath, 3,327 square foot condo on the Upper East Side, as well as a 6,182 square foot manse in Watermill off of Long Island. Mabu has posted multiple TikToks of him showing strangers his music in the downtown shopping district in Southampton, Long Island, which is quite the opposite neighborhood where Mabu romanticized the idea of him getting shot at. Matthew just graduated from the private collegiate high school for boys in the Upper West Side, which has an annual tuition cost of $55,000 per year. So it's pretty obvious that he comes from a wealthy family and was not raised on the streets. It's safe to assume that Mabu's parents were likely funding his rap career in the beginning. But that doesn't really explain how he got connected with rappers like PNB Rock, Lil Mosey, Waka Flocka, and others way before anyone else knew about him.
Hey Pat, money buys access.
Facts.
If you got money, you can buy access to anybody you want in the world. I don't give a fuck if they're a rapper, basketball player, or what. You can gain access through that door with the right price. And his daddy got it.
Turns out, the reason they connected with Mabu was not because they liked his music, but because he was providing marketing services for them. There were some rumors floating around that Mabu was a savvy digital marketer who was able to help increase rappers' numbers on social media and streaming services. Turns out Lil Mabu actually DM'd me 3 years ago looking to do some business. I own a marketing company and I'm 15. I'd be down to work with you, and I was wondering if I could explain my services and what I can provide. Feel free to contact me. I work with artists like Lil Keed, 42 Doug, Lil Blurry, and other celebrity clients. My team run group chats with hundreds of thousands of people, email lists, and page promotion with a reach of millions. Through the complex network, our team is able to grow platforms such as Instagram, SoundCloud, Spotify, and YouTube in order to grow your fan base, reach more people, and drastically increase your royalties.
That little motherfucker smart, because he turned around and did it for his damn self. Hey, you gotta give him his credit. You gotta give him his credit. He's smart as fuck.
It's the brains. It's the brains behind it. It's
but
smart.
I ain't gonna hold you. He does have the education.
Yeah.
To be able to put him into these, bro. That's what. Hey, sometimes it's good to go to them private schools. Think about it.
I feel you.
Like that education system be a little different, bro.
Also have direct connects to larger blogs in order to make your Google profile much more established and professional, because ultimately that is what's going to help you get verified. Now, I don't remember seeing this DM, but even if I did, I probably chose to ignore it because it looks like every other generic, hey, we can grow your page, spam, Instagram email that we've all seen a million times. And there is no real way to prove if his methods were legit, but judging by the fact that he was around a few pretty successful artists, as well as him blowing up his own music, is a pretty decent indication that he was legit. But make no mistake, Mabu never wanted to be behind the scenes. He wanted the attention on him. Some of Mabu's earliest songs can be heard still to this day on SoundCloud and Instagram.
Hater DM, no response to my message. Now I pull up in a foreign and she jealous necklace. I bag the mama go whipping forward really fast. I can't flip it, try and get it back. They know little mama's going pretty fast. Hates me hitting, acting pretty mad. Cause I'm next up.
His music, I was just finna say this real quick. His music reflects whatever time. He can adapt. That's all I was gonna say. He can adapt to the times, and the town he's in now getting publicity is the drill town.
Yeah.
He's a smart guy though.
Then 14 years old, Mabu was rapping about girls and getting rich. He even went the emo rap route for a little bit.
You say you miss me but never wanna link when we can. You used to diss me, now you wanna call me a friend. Had to go and run up on my bed.
From here, he experimented with New York drill with his song Move It. He even paid me to listen to his song when I used to listen to my subscribers' music. I gave him some feedback, and he appreciated it. However, Mabu's youthful voice and heavily off-key crooning wasn't getting the attention he thought he deserved, and when his voice finally dropped, he had unlocked even more potential. The song Demon Time was paired with a music video on the block surrounded by masked up dudes looking menacingly at the camera. Mabu had the imagery down, but his lyrics were tame, not very aggressive, nor believable. Same with his next track, King of the World, where his father drove him to Harlem for a few minutes to film, but his lyrics were mostly just about getting money paired with gunshot sounds as ad-libs. To promote these songs, he mostly used TikTok, constantly using his whiteness as the main marketing tool. He said that he made white people drill music, or white boy anthems.
You know, it's really difficult when you're doing a school project and the group members don't hold their weight. Like, those are my ops. I snitched to my teacher on them.
Mabu was taking the Lil Dicky marketing strategy, making fun of his whiteness so nobody could do it to him. Honestly, this is something a lot of white rappers do. Shit. Eminem did it in 8 Mile, but Mabu didn't want to be a full-on comedy rapper. He wanted people to take him seriously. He was seen in the studio with K-Flock, one of the most promising upcoming drill rappers from New York. Mabu securing a collab with him would definitely impress people, but the song never was released as Flock got locked up on a federal indictment facing RICO and a murder charge. 1 week after K-Flock was arrested, Mabu posted a snippet of a song with the rapper D-Thang, who is one of K-Flock's biggest ops. People immediately saw this as weird. Working with people's enemies is an easy way to get caught up in some trouble, but Mabu claims he was trolling D-Thang because he is friends with Flock, because he was constantly posting snippets claiming that D-Thang is trash and ruined the song, even though Mabu paid D-Thang for the feature long before he ever met K-Flock, and Mabu did eventually end up releasing the song. Either way, both K-Flock and D-Thang were locked up, and Mabu was able to profit from both of them.
Which at the end of the day, it ain't his beef. You know what I'm saying? I don't give who he say he friends with.
Yeah.
He's not from these neighborhoods.
He like, I don't give no
It
fuck,
ain't his
so I'm
beef.
going back
It's
to
about
the Upper East Side.
It's about
I'm good.
It's about making the perception of
Yeah.
the audience buy into what he's selling. He's a marketer.
That's it.
And I ain't gonna hold you in the long run. 10 years from now, do I see him still rapping? Hell nah. I see him or doing music? Hell nah.
No.
He finna grab a fat ass bag from the music industry. He's surrounded by millionaires. He gonna invest and become multi-millionaire. I say by the time he's 21, 23, he's probably gonna be worth I don't know what his value is now. I don't know what if he ain't a millionaire by now.
Yeah.
By the time he's 21, he's gonna be worth about over $10 million. You know what I'm saying? Like he's on that trajectory to be a 8-9 figure guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's on that level. He's gonna bypass all y'all favorite drill rappers. He's gonna bypass them. The bank account too.
There, Mabu linked up with another Bronx drill rapper, Sha EK, who is another enemy of K-Flock. Maybe Mabu didn't know, or maybe he didn't care. Then on the track Everyone K, Mabu dissed one of Sha's op, Use G's, labeling him a rat and threatening him multiple times. Lil Mabu making it out of the suburbs with this one, Bro making it into the hood with this one. It seemed like Mabu was just trying to insert himself into a beef for status, because he has no actual ops in the Hamptons. People were confused how he was getting to collaborate with all these artists despite them being enemies. He could have been providing digital marketing services in exchange for a feature, but he was likely just paying them. He has no affiliation to any block or gang, so he could just work with them individually, then safely go back home to the Upper East Side. One thing about rappers is they all have a price. $5K, $10K, $20K would be nothing for Mabu's dad to invest in his son's new hobby. After all, his dad was helping him a lot with his TikTok marketing. While rolling out his song No Snitching, Mabu's father fake reacted to the song, then dissed 6ix9ine and said, "We making it out with this one," joking about making it out of the hood. But the thing that really made him go viral was the music video, where he put a red laser beam on a knife while rapping about never snitching. The song stole the late King Von's iconic flow from Took Her to the O. This video got 20 million views on TikTok and was most people's first introduction to the rapper. His follower counts exploded, and now all he had to do was just be consistent. He continued to make fun of himself for attention.
Like, what you got on you? Like, oh, he got the now. Delete that.
These are the things that push my buttons. Why would you post that with no clarification whatsoever? It was a fake firearm, and now I might have to take legal action.
But his next song with rapper Didi Osama was going to shock the internet. Mabu and Didi made a melodic trap ballad that transitions to a gritty drill track midway through. The transition features a dramatization of Lil Mabu getting shot. You can tell Mabu never been in a situation like that. Then Mabu says, "Thank God, that's the plan." Obviously nobody wants to get shot, but critics look at Mabu strange for romanticizing an extremely traumatic and unfortunate reality for a lot of people growing up in the streets. People get shot every day on the streets of New York. Mothers, cousins, sisters, and brothers mourn the loss of their loved ones due to senseless violence. Sometimes they are just going to the corner store for a snack and get hit with a bullet. Then you have a kid from the Upper East Side who drives into Harlem for a few hours, pretends to get shot like it's some fantasy, and gets 20 million views while sleeping in his parents' mansion. But when
You know the sad part, also one of the sad parts about this is if a kid from the hood tried to follow his whole MO, right? That kid probably 9 times out of 10 would get killed. Say for instance, because he was about what, 15, 16 when he started doing all this. If a 16-year-old kid going from neighborhood to neighborhood, linking up with this rapper, now y'all gonna say he's playing both sides.
Yeah.
Now he has to worry about who's gonna end up trying to slide on him.
Yeah.
Because they like, hey, bro, you already know the street code. And all just because he might not have the finance to be able to put the money in your pocket. Now he's deemed as a somebody fake. And then, let's be real, the internet gonna then start talking about him, call he fake, lame, weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, but that's the society we live in, unfortunately.
Sadly, it's fucked up though.
Speak out. The common response is, you mad he making money? It's a song, bruh. Calm down. The reason why Mabu can do this is very simple. People don't care. People do not care about a rapper's authenticity anymore. Slim Jesus blew up in 2015 for being a white drill rapper. People thought he was actually a savage that looked like an innocent honor roll student. When Slim openly admitted that he just liked the music and didn't actually live that life, his career was ruined for not being authentic. 4 years later, Lil Tecca blew up, rapping about having twin Glocks, but openly admitted that he was not about that life.
I don't have no straps for nobody.
This time, a new generation of music fans emerged, one that just liked the music and did not care about the status, so Tecca thrived and got respect for being honest. Then 6ix9ine snitched on his entire gang and basically admitted that his whole imagery and lifestyle was all a facade to grow his music. Many people call him a genius and don't blame him for pretending. Most recently, Gunna has been labeled a snitch for admitting that his label YSL is a gang, and the internet made it very clear that they do not care if Gunna is a snitch or not. They will be listening to his music regardless. Hell, even rappers themselves don't care. Lil Durk is known for being a 100% authentic street rapper from the trenches of Chicago. Durk has lost blood family members due to street violence. Dozens of his friends died in the streets, and here he is collaborating with Lil Mabu, a rich boy who is pretending and profiting off the struggles that Durk really had to live. If someone like Lil Durk doesn't care, of course rap fans are also not gonna care. In fact, many people would call a rapper stupid for being a real gangster. Fetty Wap just got 5 years for moving drugs all across the country despite being super rich and famous from music. Fans are disappointed in the rapper despite their favorite song from him is literally about selling drugs.
And that's the thing where, like I'll say this. What year is this? 2023. 10, 15 years ago, could any of these rappers really make it?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Like 6ix9ine, would he possibly have made it out? I don't think so. Mabu, when he came up, still would have at the end of the day because he has the money access.
Yeah.
10, 15 years ago, would Gunna still be able to have a career? Doubt it. Because you got to understand the day and age and the new generation has came. Like we say it all the time, they literally walk life with blinders on. Like if it ain't bothering them personally, they really don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? That's the new generation. Like I think our generation still cared about like morals. You know what I'm saying? Like to be real, like even with us in high school, college, if we found out somebody really want about that shit, we ain't really rock with them. You know what I'm saying? Like y'all, that's supposed to fake it. You know what I'm saying? And I say around that like 2016, 2017, once the new generation started merging, a lot of stuff started changing. A lot of people didn't hold the same viewpoint like we did back in the day. And we ain't even that old. Like we really ain't that much older. It just you peep things.
Yeah.
Especially like in the 90s, none of this shit would fly. Bro, they was stabbing people at the war shows. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? They shooting guns on the stage.
Yeah, that was a little different, but
that's a lot different.
That was a lot different, but yeah.
Makes you wonder, why do fans need to be entertained by violence and murder? Why does a kid like Lil Mabu have to pretend to be a gangster despite everyone knowing he isn't one to get attention? What does that say about the fans? Gangster rap has been around since the 80s. It's not new. However, these days, most rap music that blows up is very violent. Drill music videos talking about killing ops get the most views on YouTube. The reason why Lil Mabu doesn't make fun frat boy music that is relatable to millions of kids around the world is because he knows that it just won't get any attention. But when you criticize Mabu for profiting off the streets, people say, keep that same energy for all the other drill rappers. But here's the difference. Matthew DeLuca can be anything he wants. His parents have deep pockets and he has the best education money can buy in the United States. He is choosing to participate in something that perpetuates violence to marginalized groups of people so he can profit. The reason real drill rappers don't get criticized like this is because these guys have way less opportunities. Most of these guys were literally toddlers when they were exposed to drugs, guns, and violence. It's all they know. They can express their pain and struggles, profit from that, and get their family out of poverty. Lil Mabu literally made a mockery out of this, saying, I took a trip to the hood so I can make it out. He has lyrics making fun of rappers being broke in the hood, which is extremely distasteful considering he has never experienced the pain they have. His most recent song, Mathematical Disrespect, peaked at number 43 on the Billboard Hot 100, an insane feat for an independent artist. But again, if labels are trying to sign him for millions, his daddy already has that, so he doesn't need to take it. So him being an indie artist isn't really much of a flex. Most rappers sign really bad deals because they know they might never get an opportunity to make 6 figures in their life. They can't afford a fancy lawyer to read the contract, and they get taken advantage of for trusting the label. Also, remember 3 months ago when Ja Morant was a guy from the suburbs, got extremely rich, and everyone called him an idiot for pretending to be a gangster? They said Ja was throwing his life away by pretending to be something he's not? Why is Lil Mabu being considered a genius for doing the exact same thing that Ja Morant was doing? Mabu's story has 2 outcomes.
You can't compare Mabu and Ja Morant.
I don't think he's comparing. I don't think Patrick is comparing them. He's comparing them because of the internet was how the energy that the internet had towards Ja. He's not comparing them per se.
And he ain't from the suburbs though.
He's not from the suburbs.
I ain't gonna hold you, y'all. We looked up where Ja was from. We saw the crib.
Just the area, because
that's a country boy.
It's just he's just a country boy.
He from somewhere like our neck of the woods.
Yeah,
he's just a country boy, man.
Yeah, that's it. That's all.
Genius for doing the exact same thing that Ja Morant was doing. Mabu's story has 2 outcomes. He will continue to push this gangster persona until he actually gets into a dangerous situation, chain snatched, jumped, robbed, hopefully not worse. Or one day he will realize this gimmick is drying up, he can't profit off being a fake gangster anymore, and he will transition to pop music and be accepted with open arms by the music industry. And if his music career fails and we all forget about him, he still has extremely rich parents who will be able to fund whatever his next dream is.
Yep.
But let me just address this. Do I think Ja has been doing some dumb shit? Hell yeah.
But anyway, this ain't about him.
Yeah, this ain't about that.
Anyway.
But I'm just saying because somebody gonna become it.
Anyway.
Yeah, he's been doing some dumb shit.
Come on.
But I don't know. Like what I say. Also people might ask this question as well. Mm-hmm. Is Mabu playing a dangerous game? For him, no. I don't think anything's gonna come across it, or also
come from the
him,
stuff that he's doing.
When he goes to these hoods, 9 times out of 10 he got some security around. Yeah. He ain't going by himself solo dolo. He got security or something around. He ain't moving stupid. He's a very smart, very well educated individual.
Seems like it, yeah.
It's action speak louder than words, and his action has spoke for him.
Yeah,
he's smart. But he's just doing something that majority of people of hip hop cannot do. Mm-hmm. And it's sad, but it's just the reality of things.
It's messed up, yeah.
Most of y'all who are trying to rap cannot do the same thing he's trying to do. I don't care who you are. Like, you just don't have that access to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, unless you are a rich millionaire, then you can do it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Put your money so you can gain the access. And then boom. But hip hop culture has changed so much. And the authenticity of what hip hop was founded on has gone away. Also, you got to realize with someone like me, I studied like the whole hip hop. Like I even had to even in college I took hip hop classes where we literally studied from the beginning of hip hop, what the foundation of it is, and how the rise of it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't think a lot of new rappers this generation even cares about the history of hip hop and where the foundation of roots and how it started and how it built up. Like that's the reason why a lot of rap music is not authentic. Like it's like even the lyrics. Rap music is literally poetry put onto a beat. Mm-hmm. You're telling your life story in a poetry form on a beat and making people feel what you're talking about. And that's the reason why so many people love lyricism, because you actually paint the picture, you can put people there.
Facts.
Anybody nowadays can learn anything on the internet. We always say, hey, you don't have to go to college no more. All you have to do is study the internet. You can become successful, right? Same way with hip hop, with rap. You don't necessarily have to have the lyrics or the bars. All you have to do is go study a rapper, study their cadence, figure out how they flow,
and go do it.
And go do it. If you have that brain capacity and the attention to be able to watch somebody, you can 100% mimic them, especially with their rap style, and go do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, has any, like, I'll say this, besides like Pop Smoke, Fabio Foreign, has any other like drill rappers out of New York really has elevated like that? Like, I ain't talking about like Lil TJ and all that. I'm saying within the past like 2-3 years, like new artists have really elevated where they became worldwide global. You know what I'm saying? That global impact. Yeah, and I know y'all gonna say certain rappers and this. I'm saying not basically on YouTube and going like being able to travel, being able to go have full blown concerts and go from city to city, state to state, even go out the country and travel and perform. I ain't talking about the Lil TJs, the A Boogies, after Pop Smoke and Fabio Foreign, I think Pop Smoke opened a huge lane. Yeah. And we always say that, like, damn, bro, Pop Smoke died and he had like this opportunity. But I think he left a wide opportunity for New York. And I just don't think anybody has been able to come and fulfill those shoes. And I feel like his shoes had became that big so fast. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's no face of the drill music out of New York. I think when a lot of people was gravitating to New York drill, the face was Pop Smoke at the time. You know what I'm saying? Now it's so many younger kids that's doing the drill rap scene, and it's just so many like Chicago. You can put a face to it. You can like Lil Durk is the face of Chicago, G Herbo, Chief Keef. You know what I'm saying? But you can't really say that when it comes down to New York, because it's really like, you know, like you got a lot of artists that's buzzing. You got a lot of artists that have that popcorn factor. They pop up, and then but it's like they're not like staying there. Unfortunately, they're going to jail. Some are dying. Nobody is really, you know what I'm saying, lasting long. And I don't know what it could be, but I feel like Lil Mabu looking at it as an opportunity. Hey, ain't nobody the face of it. I can come in through it. The kid's smart.
Yeah. I don't know. He is smart. I will get it to him. He is smart.
The strategy is there.
It's there. And at the same time, I'm like, damn, but it's still fucked up in a sense. But at the same time, because back what you said, like, other people that don't have the money to be able to whatever, you know.
Because think about
that's
Pop
a
Smoke.
whole nother.
Pop Smoke, when he came out with White Iverson, rolling.
Yeah.
And that era, I remember when that drum first dropped, I was like, damn, that shit hard. He got a producer to produce that was hot at the time. Yeah. And the vibe was perfect for the time. Then he came out with the cornrow, with the grills, and everything was White Iverson. Everybody knows the impact of Allen Iverson in the hip-hop community. Yeah. So we like, oh, yeah, this white dude is like this. And then right after that, he comes out with the little shorts, booty shorts.
Who you say?
Post Malone.
Oh, Post Malone.
Yeah, so White Iverson.
Yeah, but the whole time I didn't hear you say Post Malone. I thought you said somebody else's name.
No, I said Post Malone.
And then I was like, wait, who?
Nah, Post Malone. Like I say this, like Mac Miller was always Mac Miller. I don't care what you say. Mac Miller was Mac Miller to unfortunately to his death. Yeah. Like you put on a Mac Miller track, like his, you know what I'm saying, as you get older, like it might change a little bit, but he was always Mac Miller. Yeah. Eminem has always been Eminem. Facts, like unfortunately, MGK has not always been MGK. Yeah. He can still rap because I just heard the freestyle freestyle song he just put out. He still get busy. But, you know what I'm saying, he changed up. But, or even like Macklemore, he switched up. He really was a pop artist. Post Malone really was a pop artist. They just used the hip-hop lane to get on. Yeah. Because it's hard to just gravitate straight off the street into the pop lane. You have to, unfortunately, gain access to one of these these genres, and once you into that genre, boop, now I got this crowd, I'm finna roll with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even back in the day with Justin Timberlake, most people probably looking at Justin Timberlake as 100% pop, but when Justin Timberlake kind of went solo, he linked up with a lot of R&B producers. He was able to get into the R&B lane and go back into that, you know what I'm saying, that pop solo. But it's like, I ain't gonna hold you. At the end of the day, it always happens. Each generation always have that. I'm gonna say it is that culture vulture. Yeah. Somebody who comes in, they're not from your neighborhood. They're not, but they fantasize. Yeah. Because that's what the internet has gained a lot of these suburban kids. It's the opportunity to fantasize.
It is the fantasy, yeah.
And they like, oh man, I can't imagine. So it's easy for somebody like Lil Mabu to pop into your neighborhood and pop back out.
And pop back out when you really, I don't have to be here. I don't have to live here. I can come in a couple hours.
And coming in
and
daylight.
Go back, come in the daylight, and I'm out before the sun go down.
And I'm peeping blocks, but make sure they ain't hot before I hit them.
Right.
Even if it is at night.
And that's nothing. And then you already building these connections with people, so you already feeling like, and like you said, you got security, but you already feeling like this sense of security, not the security, but of protection or security. Like I'm good, I ain't gonna be touched. I'm gonna do my little song. I'm gonna hop back in the car. And I'm gonna go back up to the Upper East Side, and I'm good. And then when I pop back out, then it's like, like I don't know. And a lot of people be like, well, that's like that shit's still corny. You know what I'm saying? As far as like just the.
But the internet age,
I know,
it's gonna be like they don't see nothing wrong with it.
And that's what it is. Yeah. They don't see anything wrong with it. Like, hey, he ain't hurt nobody. He making money. He doing what he doing. Like, let him do him. And like, and everybody just, turn a blind eye. Like, it is what it is.
We done seen that.
But it happens a lot. So it's just like it ain't nothing new.
It's nothing new to the black community. Fortunately, we've seen it from Elvis to the Beatles to all these people. Yeah. It's gonna continue to happen. Each generation is gonna continue to fall forward and be dumb enough to accept it. Yeah. It is what it is, man. We probably had one in our generation. We just like, hey, yeah, everybody. Then you like, damn, motherfucker switched up on us. Yep. And then all the rappers you was linking up with, you stop answering those phone calls because you in the higher tax bracket now. Yeah. So hey, he already in the higher? He already in high, so he gonna. But he also needs them to be able to reach another level. He's like, I'm gonna get the bag, and I'm gonna be gone on to something new. Because without that. Without that connection to those street rappers, do you think, also asking y'all, will he be successful as he is without getting those connections to those local New York drill rappers?
That's a good question. Possibly I don't think so.
I don't think he would.
And I also be telling myself, I'm like, I really don't. At the time we in right now, like, back then I'd be like, that shit, whatever. But I kind of don't even get mad anymore about stuff because I'm like, they allow it. Yeah. They the ones allowing it. So
and they the ones who gotta listen to it.
They gotta listen to it.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't listen to it.
They gotta listen to it. Y'all being around them. Y'all, whatever. Yeah. That's on them. So I don't really. Hey, if it works for him.
Now I listen to new artists.
I definitely listen to new artists.
I don't listen to all new artists, and he just so happened to be one of those I just don't listen to. So it ain't my cup of tea. Yeah. Everything ain't for everybody. Hey man, make sure y'all spam us up. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. But as always, y'all know how it go, man. I do go by the name DJ Nicky. This is we are. We out.
Go and get it. Ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my folks. Dollar.